All right, so for today's project, we're gonna be planting strawberries, strawberry crowns, I should be more specific, right in our front yard. Come join me in the chaos. All right, so interestingly, you can go right online and you can buy strawberry crowns. And you're like, what the heck is a strawberry crown? So this is a strawberry crown, all right? So we have roots down here. And again, this is perennial. You put it in the ground and it comes back the next year. And yes, even if it's cold, I live in zone 6 and I have wild strawberries that come back, regular strawberries that come back. So this is what a strawberry crown looks like. So the crown is actually this top portion right here where all the roots come out of this stem looking part. And this will die back every year. The main plant is this root section slash crown. And as you can see here, there's life starting to emerge from this little crown. So we want to get this in the soil. And usually you'll want to get it in the soil to about right there. So you want to cover the roots, that bottom part of the roots plus, you know, 1/4 inch or so. And then you can mulch a little bit higher once this thing emerges, once the apical stem emerges and it's starting to rain. So let's look at a few more. Here's a pretty fat one. And you can see that this actually is already trying to put forth growth. So I'm hoping that doesn't cause a problem. So if all the apical stems die, there might be an issue. But I'm gonna still go ahead and plant it. And again, that's a huge one. This one looks like it's at least 2 or 3 years old. This is a newer one. This is probably only a year, 2 max. Here's a 1-year-old one. And when you first get these, they're actually bound with a rubber band. And you know, I fished off the rubber band before I started the video just for simplicity's sake, just because it's a pain in the rear trying to get that all going while you're, you know, recording. But typically you'll have these bundled, especially if you buy multiple varieties, they'll be bundled together by variety. So some are called everbearing, which means they just kind of bear small crops periodically throughout the year. And then there's other ones that'll say like June bearing or other things like that, where they'll have 90% of their crop all at the same time. So it just depends what you want. Do you want to be able to go out there and forage, so get everbearing? Or if you just want to have a big crop and you just want to can it all at the same time and just have it be done, then get like a June bearing or something, summer bearing, and they'll typically have the entire fruit all at once. And then, yeah, just put these in the soil. I like to spread the roots out as I'm bearing them and then just have that top crown portion, as they call it, sticking out of the soil. All the roots you want to be covered up. And that way they're able to, you know, get nutrients and water and do the types of things that roots like doing. Roots don't like being out of the soil. Okay, pretty straightforward. And I'll go put some in the ground and show you what that looks like. All right, I got a hole pre-dug. Before I stick my strawberry crowns in, I like to get a little bit of organic fertilizer or worm castings in there. So again, whatever you have available. I like worm castings. Very rich and very hygroscopic, holds lots of water, which is great for young strawberry crowns. And you're gonna wanna spread the roots as much as possible, just to increase the amount of surface that is able to be accessible to the strawberry crown, strawberry plant. And I'm just trying to place this at just the right level with one hand. And then you're gonna wanna just cover it up, push air bubbles out. And this is a very rich, mulchy soil that I'm using here. There's my crown. Roots are all covered. Top it off, a little more worm castings. And it's sprinkling right now, so the rain will do a good job of uncovering this crown, even though there's a little sprinkling on it. And that's the basic idea for strawberry crowns. So you'll just want to do that for your entire bed. And then I'll show you what they look like, and I'll probably come back in about 2 weeks and show you what they'll look like in a couple weeks. All right, so here we are a couple weeks later. As you can see, we have flowers, leaves. You kind of see the crown poking out a little bit here, so I might add a little bit of mulch to cover that up a little bit, but not a big deal. Another one. Beautiful little strawberry flower. And I'm betting in a month or so we should have a whole bunch of strawberries to pick. It's a blast for the kids. Another strawberry plant. some weeds, which I don't mind. They help keep the soil balanced and everything. That's what they'll look like once they're ready. Not really much to it. You just stick those crowns in the soil. Make sure they don't dry out. So, whatever you need to do. Here in Missouri, you don't really have to water. It rains once or twice a week, so sprinkles on most days for just a little bit, so it keeps the soil from completely drying out. Really convenient. So, strawberry plant, and I got about half everbearing and half June bearing, so I should have strawberries year-round with a big crop around June, which is June right now, but I just planted these, so I probably won't get a crop until next year on the June bearing. We'll see. Hope this helps you, inspires you. Turn that landscape into a foodscape. Thanks for joining me on the cast.